Hello there ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another video of Gaming in Linux. This time around I'm showcasing the newly released Deus Ex Mankind Divided, which was released on the 23rd of August 2016, with a Linux version following on the 3rd of November 2016. Today obviously. Thanks to the huge efforts of Feral Interactive, who I'd like to give a big thank you for letting me yet again beta test one of their games for them. You take control of Adam Jensen, who is a mechanically augmented human set in a cyberpunk-themed world in the year 2029, which is 2 years after the events of Human Revolution. Before starting a new game, it allows you to view a 12-minute video of what happened in this game, which is useful as a lot of us Linux gamers might not have played this game. Other augmented humans are now deemed outcasts, who live completely in segregation from the rest of society. As the main character, you have to work in a world which despises his own kind, with new state-of-the-art weapons and augmentations, which is the act of improving a human body by using cybernetics and nanotechnological implants, with the end result being a sort of superhuman. The game is played through first person, whereas when you use the cover system it is third person. There's an upgrade system involved as well. The best way to choose what upgrades you want depends on how you want to play the game. Now, there are quite a few ways to play the game, and the great thing is, you can play it however you want and still be rewarded the same. So say you wanted to go in guns blazing, you can do that. Maybe you want to stealth through the whole mission without actually killing anyone, you can do that also. You can even talk yourself out of certain situations. The XP system has been revised in this game so it doesn't reward certain ways of going through the game. In Human Revolution, you'd actually get more XP for being stealthy. So with it being adjusted in Mankind Divided, it actually gives you more freedom to do what you actually want to do. Once you actually start upgrading Jensen's augmentations, you find out that to enable some you have to disable others. This is to avoid putting strain on Jensen's cybernetic body and risking negative effects, and it makes the player seriously think about what they want to upgrade and what they want to disable, as that certain augmentation might come in use later on in the game. There are some really handy augs which you should always keep, such as your smart vision, and probably upgrade sooner than others, as this allows you to have an advantage over anything around you, as it lets you see through walls, revealing where people are, computers, items, vents, and anything you can interact with really. It's incredible for finding secrets and anything helpful, so upgrading it allows you to consume less energy, which is great as you'll end up using it a lot. There is also another mode for you to try out other than the main story, which is Breech Mode. It is more arcadey than the main story and has you spending time in a virtual world capturing data towers, eliminating enemies and collecting data fragments. There is also Jensen's stories. However, I haven't actually played this as I've looked into it, and the events that are played out here are played out after you complete Mankind Divided, so complete the main story first. Graphically, this game is absolutely stunning. One of the best looking games we've had on Linux thus far, I think. Now, what comes along with it is a hefty recommended system requirements. Even on my computer, this game made me feel like my computer is starting to become a little bit outdated. I mean, I guess it is a little bit, but it is by no means a computer that an everyday user will have. And even I had to tone the settings down quite a bit. So be prepared to do this yourself, unless you have a GTX Titan or a GTX 1080 of course. Even at one point, I travelled to a city and my frame rate was seriously struggling, and even worse sometimes, some of the loading screens took so long it led me to finding stuff to do around my house whilst waiting for the next stage of the level to load. Now, sadly I have never played previous Deus Ex games properly. I actually bought the old games a few years ago and played them in Wine, even made a video for them, but just never properly got into them. Now, looking at the Steam reviews and what other people think of this game, it's safe to say this game doesn't really compare to the other Deus Ex games. I haven't completed it myself, but a lot of people say it's not really a completed game. It feels like it was cut in half, so to say. The game even cooked up a lot of controversy with in-game microtransactions, as items that were bought as DLC could only be used once on only one save game, which isn't very good really, as you expect DLC to be reusable as you paid a bit of extra money for it. Now, for my thoughts of the game, I've actually been really enjoying this game so far. It feels like the Linux version of Crysis that we never had. Adam Jensen feels like an absolute beast, and a right hard bastard with his augs. I've currently only been playing stealthy, as I feel if you don't get caught and get by with no problems, it just feels so much more satisfying than going in all guns blazing, with your only worry being running out of ammo. I like how the game is in first person but the cover system uses third. It reminds me of the days I used to tan Rainbow Six Vegas 2 on my PS3 with my friends. I think the game looks absolutely sublime, which leads me to be asked, would I recommend this game? If you honestly have a computer that can handle this, then I would say yes. It feels great controlling Adam Jensen. I think he's pretty darn badass. Now, looking on Steam, the price can be as high as £40, so I'd probably wait until Steam has some form of sale, or even if Feral's website has a sale. Anyways guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Rate and subscribe for future Linux content, and peace out. See you later.